Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Brant Phillips, and this is Real Estate Fundamentals. And today we're talking about mobile home parks, more specifically, Texas mobile home parks. They're bigger, they're better, and I want more of them. So I'm going to share some things about mobile home park investing on this video for really two purposes. Number one, for those of you interested in mobile home park investing, maybe even RV park investing, although they're completely different models. I'm going to share my experience with both of those. Hopefully add some value to you and give you some information, education to help you further along in your pursuit of potentially investing in mobile home parks. So that's the first objective of this video. Number two is if you are a real estate entrepreneur, if you're doing marketing for deals, if you're a wholesaler, if you're a real estate agent, if you're just driving for dollars or driving around and there's a mobile home park in your community, I want to buy it. So I'm also creating this video as a lead valve, potential deal flow. So guys, I'm shooting this video about Texas mobile home parks, but we were recently under contract on a deal in Louisiana as well as Illinois. So we're looking all over the place. But my purpose on this video now, we're going to get into my quick story about mobile home parks and even an RV park that we bought and share some of the reasons that I love Texas mobile home parks. And I got some of my content and information from Mobile Home University. I've been to their boot camp a couple of times. Frank Rolfe is just a genius when it comes to mobile home parks. So much credit due to Mr. Frank Rolfe. So a quick story about my, how I got involved in mobile home park and RV park investing. Well, it started a few years ago when a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, started buying mobile homes on land and kind of playing around with, I would say, mobile home investing, but it wasn't really playing. He was making good money. And I thought it was kind of funny, kind of cute. My friend of mine is kind of a little bit of a redneck, as I guess I am to a certain extent. I thought it was kind of funny and didn't really pay attention to it. But I started talking to him a little bit about his numbers and about his deals and how he's structuring things. And that was more specifically mobile homes on land that really got my attention. So I did a couple of deals like that. And I was like, man, that's pretty good cash flow, pretty good ROI, pretty good, return on my investment. And my cash on cash return was like really good. And so I started, doing some internet searches, researching, and I discovered Sam Zell was the #1 owner of mobile home parks in the U.S. And I read Sam's book, and that really had a big impact on me because Sam Zell, if you're not familiar with Sam Zell, has been one of the largest holders of commercial property, like retail property, apartment, multifamily housing, and mobile home parks. And when I was reading his book, he began, Sam Zell, if you're not familiar with him, he's very contrarian. Like he invests in things what people don't believe in. They don't see the value of it, right? Before he's kind of an early adopter and kind of a trendsetter, if you will. And so in the 80s, they were acquiring some companies. He has bought businesses and owns other businesses as well that are not real estate related. And they were acquiring a company. One of its holdings was a mobile home park. And he called one of his guys in. He said, hey, I need you to fly out, to this little mobile home park, see what's going on there and see what we need to do to get rid of this thing. Just get it off the books because we definitely don't want a mobile home park. Typically, people don't like mobile home parks and RV parks to a certain extent because of the stigma and things like that. So his friend or one of his, employees went down there and came back and he's like, man, you're not going to believe this, Sam. And Sam's like, man, is it worse than we thought? He was like, no. This thing is a cash cow. It's spitting out cash like nothing I've ever seen before. So long story short, Sam went hot and heavy into mobile home park investing in the 80s when nobody was. This was not even viewed as an asset class. Nobody's looking at this. And fast forward to today, And like I said, that Sam's company is the largest holder of mobile home parks. And I will tell you that Sam has sold off over the years over half of his he's sold off over half of his multifamily and commercial and real estate retail properties over the years, but he has never sold a mobile home park. Things that make you go, very, very interesting, my friends. Very, very interesting, my friends. And you dive deeper into the rabbit hole and you learn that Warren Buffett, right? Warren Buffett bought and owns Clayton Homes, the #1 manufacturer of mobile homes. Also is owner of 21st Century Mortgage, the largest financing company for mobile home owners. So when I saw and read those two things about Warren Buffett and Sam Zell, I'm like, there's something to this. Let me dig deeper. Well, here's the thing, guys. Like, for those of you who followed me for any period of time, whether, here in Houston, Texas, Real Estate Fundamentals or whatever, and if you're not subscribed to the show, by the way, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I talk a lot about affordable housing. I love affordable housing. I teach and preach to everyone on this channel, to my private coaching students, all about creating a sustainable business model where you can thrive and grow in any up market, down market, flat market, whatever it is. It's all about affordable housing. And that's what really, when done the right way, mobile home park investing is. We own the dirt. You keep the house. We don't really want to be landlords of these mobile homes, but we can own or finance them or just give them to you. We just want to collect our lot rents and provide a clean, safe community. So, I started researching this, like I said, a few years ago, and I'm type A, guys. Like, I get after it. If I see something and numbers work, the deal works, it makes sense, I understand it, I'm gonna go full speed ahead. And sometimes, I learn the hard way, and that's just the way it is. But I went hard on this last year, and the first deal that I had that I really, really liked was actually an RV park. It was an RV park. It's up in East Texas in the Longview area. But originally it was a mobile home park. About 12 years ago, the previous owner converted it to an RV park for various reasons. And so I saw it, and it was very, I don't want to say distressed. It was just very poorly managed, very poorly managed. And there's a lot of opportunities to increase revenue, decrease expenses, provide some efficiencies, increase occupancy rate. So, and there were large lots. So we had the ability, the infrastructure, size-wise, acreage-wise, to expand the park. Long story short, I'm not going to get into it now because of some of the septic issues and well water issues. We decided, after we had already acquired it, not to convert it back to a mobile home park, because that was the plan. Buy the RV park, convert it to mobile home park, and operate it and potentially position it to sell. Why would we do that? Typically, mobile home parks you're able to sell them at a higher cap rate. I just like the mobile home park model better. I like less turnover. I like long-term residents, and so that was my strategy. That being said, we've held on to the RV park, and it's been a very pleasant experience, I would say, even though we've spent the last year, doing the turnaround, doing capital capex improvements, and we have a manager, we've got a maintenance guy, we've done just had to clean out riffraff, and but we've got a lot of really good people there that are mostly long-termers. It's very much like a mobile home park, which was eye-opening to me. But it's primarily about 90% RVs and only a few mobile homes. So that was kind of my first foray, into mobile home park investing. And a few months later, we found another park, also in the East Texas area, different city. But we were able to purchase that property And so far it's going really, really good. So let's talk about, Texas. I'm focusing on Texas. I live in Texas. My parks are in Texas. We'll buy anywhere. So if you're watching this, and like I said, you're in Illinois, you're in Louisiana, you're in Florida, you're whatever state, most states, not too crazy about New York, not too crazy about California, a few other states we're not too crazy about, but other states, send me your deals. Send me your deals if you've got some parks that you've got under contract, or you've got contacts, communications going on with the seller. But let's talk about Texas. So everyone knows I'm a little bit biased, but everything is bigger and better in Texas, right? So Texas has over 5,000 mobile home parks, which ranks it #1 in the U.S. So that's one reason I like to also look for deals in Texas, because that's where the most of them are located at. So it makes it a little bit easier, right? The most opportunity. But not only is Texas a big state, but we were a very early adopter to the mobile home park model in the 1950s and 60s. So we have a good, strong foundation of the park model here. A lot of military bases, college, universities, we're using the model way back in those early decades. And short little story about Brant. I lived in a mobile home for a while, not too long, only about a year. When I was going to college, my buddies and I, we had a apartment, and we all shared an apartment. There's 4 of us, and one of my buddies came home. Our lease was coming due. He's like, "Hey man, I found a mobile home park. It's about half the price. Y'all interested in living in a mobile home?" And it really wasn't a park. It was a mobile home on land, and it was I won't say it was awesome like the home itself, but we had a great experience. And I went from this tiny little room in this apartment to I had the master bedroom and all this kind of stuff. So it was pretty cool. So let's talk about Texas a little bit more. Texas is growing fast. So we have incredibly despite everything at the time of this recording going on in the economy, we're growing fast. We've got this huge population influx always going. So there's always typically, supply and demand pressure for housing, right? For just housing units. And so this demand creates an environment which housing prices in Texas are very, very steady on the rise, right? Texas doesn't have a lot of these massive drops or substantial drops like you may see on the East and West Coast. Texas is always going up, 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 up. So that demand, like I said, creates an environment where housing prices are going up. So mobile home lot rents and mobile home pricing for people who are low income looking for affordable housing, they can't even afford houses a lot of times in today's market. And you have to understand, like, who is our clientele at mobile home parks? I know there's a stigma that there's meth heads and, just really bad, the undesirables of the world, right? And I'm not gonna deny that some of those people are residing in mobile home parks, but they stay in homes, they stay in apartments. There's high net worth individuals who are undesirable, in my opinion, that I've met. But we are going in our mobile home parks, like we are going for safe, affordable housing, safe community. We put a priority on that. We do screen people, so we're really giving people like a very clean, safe place to live. So that's our business model with the mobile home park model. I know a lot of current owners don't have that model, and those are the parks that we're looking for to come in, clean them up, turn them around, so to speak. But the thing is that people are becoming more, and low income earners are becoming less and less they have less ability. Sorry about that. They have less ability to afford housing, like your typical stick-built 3-bedroom, 2-bath, whatever, 2-car garage house in the suburbs. But everybody wants to be a homeowner. It's the American dream, and so that's what we provide for them as mobile home park owners. Allow them that they have their own home. They're not sharing a wall with someone in an apartment. Got a little bit of land, all that kind of stuff. Their own grass to mow and things like that. So in Texas, you look, let me get back to the population. Our population has grown from 11.2 million in 1970 to nearly 30 million people today. That's insane. So fast growing markets also can create fast growing lot rents. So that's what we're trying to look for too, is get these rents, these low lot rents, or as low as, whatever price we can get them at today, because we feel really good about future appreciation with all the growth and the steady growth and kind of the conservative type of way that Texas is run. So this is affordable housing. This is what I do as a real estate investor, and this is where I'll always be and where I'll always invest. So, affordable housing it's a huge shortage. There's a huge shortage of affordable housing, not only in the U.S. but in Texas as well. Apartment rents average somewhere around $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month. So there's no question that the demand for a mobile home park is extremely high. Whenever you can think about it, our lot rents, on average are $350, maybe $400 for a lot rent, depending on what market. It can go higher and it can go lower. And then if they have a home, note or loan that is, say, in the $400 to $500, even $600 range, they're all in at $1,000 or less, maybe even $800 or $900. So they're saving several $100s a month. And in my opinion, and it's not just my opinion, there's been studies, there's been research, there's been polls. People are happier living in a safe, clean mobile home park than they are living in an apartment. There's been studies about that, right? So a lot of parks that are doing marketing, they get over 100 calls a week for people looking to move into these homes. So there's a lot of demand here. Other reasons I like Texas for mobile home parks, and some things you may consider as well, we're very protective in our laws for park owners in the U.S., right? So we're more of a conservative state, like I mentioned. We have laws that protect park owners to utilize their vacant lots without worries from the city trying to block them. We've got strong property laws, things about eminent domain, evictions, all those types of kind of the laws that are on the books, and kind of the conservative government that we have here just makes owning mobile home parks in Texas a little bit safer from city disruptions and a lot of the other cities that you see. So anyways, that's just a little bit of information about mobile home parks and my experience and my mindset towards them, and why I'm actively looking for deals. So if you've got a deal, don't know what to do with it, I'm actually in conversation with one gentleman right now about possibly joint venturing with him on the deal. So we're open to those conversations. Send me your deals. You can message me, reach out. My name is Brant Phillips. Go to brantphillips.com, go to realestatefundamentals.com, go on Facebook, whatever. I'm easy to find. But reach out and let's talk about a potential deal that you have. So that's all we have on Real Estate Fundamentals today. If you haven't hit that like button and that subscribe button, do it now. Keep watching these shows, my friend. I'm trying to provide as much value as I can to help you build a sustainable real estate business built on fundamentals.